All right, guys, how's it going? Merry Christmas or Happy Wednesday. So some of you might have seen rumours today about Barcelona and Darwin Núñez. I needed to make a video just to let you know where these have originated from, just in case you don't do social media or you don't, use X or anything. There is an account on there, Indie, basically, you might have heard him referred to as Indie. It's actually a parody account, really. Like, it's a piss take account, really, but it passes as like ITK, in the know, Twitter twat, basically. Do you know what I mean? But a lot of people pay attention to it, bizarrely, but I think that's an age thing. Sometimes people go, yeah, but they got this, right? They got that. This account literally posts dozens of claims, daily, weekly, whatever. And so at some point, it's a bit of common sense, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But it's harmless fun, to be honest. Like, if you realise that, it's harmless fun. Anyway, that's where it's come from. Last night, they did the, like, we have major breaking exclusive news for Liverpool fans at 10:30, you know what I mean? Like, if you've got anything, like, really, you know what I mean? If you really know something, you're not going to sit on it, right? Do you know what I mean? Be like me going, I've got some exclusive news, I'll tell you at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Like, what if someone beats me to it? It's not exclusive anymore, is it? So that's just to get engagement and create. Come on, you know this, don't you guys? Anyway, if you don't follow social media, if you don't use X, aka Twitter, and you don't follow this numpty, let me just tell you, it says as follows: exclusive. All right. We have been, and I'm going to use their English, right? I'm not going to correct it or anything. We have been told by high-level LFC sources that Liverpool have rejected £39.7 million bid from Barcelona for Darwin Núñez. That's it. That's all it says. Wishful fucking think. So now I've seen some of the comments on this, people saying you're chatting shit because Barca can't do anything, they've got no money. It's not really true. Barcelona can do something. They have this issue with registrations and that, we know all this, we don't need to go into all that. There are ways around it for Barcelona, but it's to do with like people pledging, and it just gets very technical if I go into it all. But don't think, if now going to like genuine stuff now, away from this nonsense, but if you see Barcelona linked with Díaz, which there were maybe a week, 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, I can't remember when it was, again, because they were obviously with him in the summer, don't just listen to people on the internet when they go, oh, Barca have got no money, right? They can't do anything. They can't register players. Right now, technically, they can't register players, right? But they're trying to get all that sorted out. And there's all sorts of legal things going on in Spain. And there's different ways that they can use people to make pledges and just to get around all this these financial rules and restrictions, right? But they don't really want to do that. Well, basically, they've had they've got a deal pending with Nike, right? Which I can't remember the duration. It's probably 10 years or something like that. But it's worth 1.7 billion euros, right? And they're trying to get that sorted in the summer, and that's why they were going to try and push for Díaz towards the end. That's why it went right on to the end, and that's why they didn't follow up on Chiesa. They couldn't do anything, right, in terms of registration and finances and things like that, right? So what's gone on? If you follow my Spanish football dailies review that I do every morning, I can't do one today because there's no papers. I'll be doing it tomorrow morning. You'll know that I talk to you about these things. And basically on the 21st of December, just gone, Barcelona called this emergency, is it an extraordinary meeting or something like that, you know what I mean? And that was to discuss the sole item on that agenda was the night deal, which I believe has gone to a vote now or something. I'm not really sure. I'm not really interested, to be honest with you. But what I'm trying to say to you is Barcelona are on the verge of securing this 1.7 billion financial package. So that should, in theory, you would expect that to be in place, in time, ahead of next summer, right? A lot sooner than then, which means that in the summer they could go for, say, Luis Díaz, for example. I knew I was going to say the word for example. I went Díaz. You see what I did there? I've not even had a Christmas drink. There you go. So, first of all, the reason for the video is if you've heard rumours of Núñez to Barcelona, it's come from this numpty, all right? So you can dismiss that. technically, they can't really do anything right now anyway, unless that deal is signed off. I haven't followed up since the meeting on the 21st of December. So yeah, Darwin Núñez to Barcelona, yeah, right, whatever. But just I don't want you to be blind to what's actually happening at that club, right? So if you, I know sometimes people just read things and take what people say as gospel. So if you're seeing people say Barcelona have got no money, well, Barcelona can get money and can play with the rules a little bit to deal with registrations and that, but they're trying to get this night deal through, and then they will have money. And I think it's worth then something like 150 million a season. So I'm not really sure. You'd have to watch my previous video. I'm sure you don't give a fuck either. But the reason I'm mentioning it is because if you do see Luis Díaz mentioned with Barcelona, ahead of the summer window, don't just go, oh, they can't do anything, because they should have that all, done and dusted by then, basically. Just in case, staying with Luis Díaz, the latest claims, not the latest claims, but the claims in November were that Liverpool had offered a contract and it had been rejected by him. But club insiders or club officials or club sources, whatever you want to call them, people that I would listen to, they believe that it will be resolved with Díaz, but that's only their opinion. Maybe the Díaz camp have got a different thing altogether. We know that Papa Díaz would love to see his son at Barcelona. We know that Díaz himself has, been interested in that possibility before. But for me, he's looked very happy at Liverpool of late. I thought he started the season well. He's not a very highly paid player at Liverpool, and that needs addressing. And, Liverpool have fucked around and fucked these contracts up, this contract standoff we've got with these three players. And they really need to get their shit together, because I think Barcelona will come for Luis Díaz. In the summer, they were split internally as to whether he should be a priority or not. I believe those claims, but they couldn't really do anything. But right up to deadline day, they were trying to get that night deal through to go for Díaz. If they had, I think they'd have gone for him, right? And the suggestion was out here that Liverpool had said you can have him. We would sell him if X amount of pounds comes in. I can't remember what that figure was. It'll be on one of my old videos. And I believe that too. And the latest claims are Liverpool think they're going to get this deal with Díaz. But if they don't, they would want to, they would be willing to sell him this summer. So if Díaz drags it out, the vibe is Liverpool will sell this summer. They will go, right, fair enough, then you're off then. All right, so we're talking about Barcelona. How can I not talk about Díaz? All right, so I just wanted to update you on that. So reason for the video, one, if you hear Núñez to Barcelona rumours, it's come from just a parody account, like a silly account or whatever. And you need to question your existence in life if you believe that account. Two, if you hear claims that Barcelona are skint, well, yeah, they've got some problems, but this deal is imminent, this night deal, although many people thought that in the summer. But they have now had this meeting to proceed to the next phase. There's one phase left of that now. And three, just to point out that what the situation is with Luis Díaz, Liverpool think he will sign. If he doesn't sign before the summer, the vibe at Anfield is then he'll be put up for sale. Never transfer listed, because you don't transfer list a player, because then you're waving, that player can say, well, I didn't want to leave, I need a golden handshake because you're trying to get rid of me. So that wouldn't happen, but Liverpool would be putting the vibe out there saying, yeah, all right, we're willing to do business. I just think that Liverpool should act fast. He seems happy at the moment. His old man's not running his mouth at the moment. Barcelona can't fucking do anything right now, really, at the moment. You know what I mean? So get him on that fucking contract. Get it signed now. And then we don't have to go through this bullshit next year, right? Strike while the iron is hot. Because if they don't tie him down to a new deal as soon as possible, it only needs his dad to get in his head. Or maybe that's unfair. Maybe the player is the same as his father. Come on, Dad, let's go to Barca. Barcelona are going to go, right, we've now got coin, we can do something. Get him tied down now before them fuckers start sniffing, because it'll happen. All right, Merry Christmas. Please thumbs up my video. Please drop me a comment. If you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, hit the super thanks button and I'll give you a shout out on my morning briefing tomorrow. Have a great day. Ho, ho, ho. Go and empty your sacks, fellas.